Good evening, everyone. I'm your co-host Jason of Awake Souls, and I'm joined by the Limitless one on the Limitless Channel, Ronnie Shine Harris. How you doing, brother?
Great, man. I'm really thankful to be here tonight. I'm excited.
Yeah, absolutely. So, memes of the week, 17 on a Friday the 13th. So, let's talk about let's talk about that. Are we superstitious? Do we think that this is you know, what do you have to say about Friday the
Yeah,
13th?
no, I'm not superstitious at all. Actually, I think the whole thing was made up by the whole Trump team, right? Seems like another Trump psyop created a long time ago. What is it, 1946? So that's the birth date of Jason Voorhees. For anybody out there that's a horror fan fanatic, I was when I was younger. I repented of it. I'm not a big fan of them anymore, but I do know the character Jason, and so he had the same birthday as Trump. So it happened on a blood moon as well. I believe it happened on an eclipse for Trump with the devil horns too, maybe. And that's the same birthday as they gave the fictitious character Jason Voorhees. And today is Friday the 13th. The Jason series had the movies Friday the 13th. If anybody didn't see it, my camera just fell. I think it's still holding though. Am I in a different position now?
You are. Let me give you a boost there.
I
There you
can
go.
fix it. I can fix it.
And so
Take it
I'm
away.
hearing that our audio might not be working quite right.
I'm gonna turn my camera off. You ready?
Okay. All right. So a few little things. So let us know what it is with the sound that might be off. You said we might be a little bit low. Um, Checking to see all that stuff. Ronnie had a little bit of camera issue. All right. I wonder why everything is coming a little bit low. Hearing that from YD. I'm going to try a few things to boost stuff here. Hope everyone's doing well tonight. It's Friday. We're at the weekend. How does that sound to everybody? I'm happy about it. I'm a little bit sore from work this week, so making a few adjustments here. And I'm going to make an adjustment here, because we want this to come through. Once we go off camera, actually, the audio always gets better. And as soon as Ronnie gets back, we'll keep going. But what does the chat have to say? Not too much going on. Let's see. Guess what, everybody? We've got Trump. We've got Trump coming to Austin tomorrow. He's on tour, and he's going to be in Austin tomorrow. So, interesting weekend with the blood moon taking place on Sunday evening. So yeah, we'll have a hangout on Sunday evening, going over the whole blood moon thing, going over how it's not actually second Passover. That'll take place on Monday evening. So, yeah, high watch date for Sunday. We got some interesting things going on. Yeah, let's talk about May 22nd, I believe. All nations are supposed to secede their authority to the WHO for pandemics and stuff like that. So, yeah, it's interesting times that we're in. In the memes we'll be going through all this kind of stuff, but some of the things that's been catching my attention is like the cost of diesel, right? Because I drive a 1-ton dually diesel, and so last week $200 to
Crazy, right?
fill up the truck.
I should be back. I don't know if it's in the right spot or whatever. We just have to do the best that we can. I guess this is what happens when you're not on camera enough. I guess maybe for the Rising Grant, I should do it on camera from now on, right? Then maybe I won't have these pitfalls. I mean, it's all right, you guys. Come on, we do the best that we can. We're just carpenters trying to put out some content, share truth. We don't do it for money. We don't do it for views. We do it for the love, for the passion of what we love to do. Share new music and share truth. We've got crazy content tonight. Like you were saying, it's we got the blood moon coming up Sunday night at 11:11 Central Standard Time. It's going to be crazy. I've heard it's been super warm up north. That's good to hear. I'm sure everybody wanted that up there. You guys can get out and get yourselves some tan now too, like us. Um, but yeah, we've got tons of stuff. You were just talking about a few other topics. What else did you want to touch on before we move on?
I don't know. I was just catching people up on the things that I'm watching right now, and I think a bunch of it's going to be covered in the memes as well.
Yeah. Yeah, they all run in concordance with what's going on and taking place right now in the realm. It's lots of crazy stuff. If everybody missed the morning show, we showed how Elon Musk is interacting live, right, online, responding to the hydrogen claims that we've been making, that I've been strongly making this week. We want to continue to call people out and hold them accountable. Those that say they are super wise, right, to us, they're really foolish. There's tons of stuff that's taking place right now. Trump's going to be here. I heard you saying that. Trump's going to be here tomorrow. Whew, it's hot. That's going to be crazy. We're not going to see him. We don't want anything to do with that. But it's going to be interesting to see what takes place. We talked about the JFK thing, right? What are they going to do? Are they going to assassinate Trump? Right?
Yeah,
Could they?
I don't know. And the fact that he's in Austin, and we got the whole Elon and Trump connection, like we were showing, Dragon Beast. Now all of a sudden they're both in the same city where we are, right? We're all in the same city together tomorrow, and I don't know. It seems crazy. It seems far fetched, but according to what I read, he's supposed to be here on some tour or whatever, and yeah,
it's all happening.
Here's Elon and. He's the dragon, with his SpaceX Dragon capsule and Twitter and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, crazy things going on.
Trump the Beast, Elon
Blood
the
Moon
Dragon,
on Sunday. Come on,
Blood Moon. Yeah, all this crazy stuff. What's her name? Paskey is done. Biden shut off the oil. There's no more formula, right? That's gone. Children everywhere getting hepatitis and getting sick. There's so much going on that makes me absolutely sick to my stomach. We're gonna try to keep this positive, right?
No more, more diesel fuel either. And
diesel's about to be rationed, right? They can't print up money and pay for the gas, right? They can do it for their stocks and their banks, right? The bankers have no problem. We bail out the big banks.
They can do it for the Ukraine.
Yeah, we're bailing out the Ukraine, but we can't bail out the American and Canadian people. And apparently it's not as bad in Europe, I'm hearing, but it will be.
Oh no, the articles I was seeing, like their diesel is usually between like $7.25 to $8.50 a gallon. So diesel's brutal in Europe, from what I saw, the stuff I was reading today. So that kind of stuff really, really stifles being able to travel and ship things. That's
crazy what they're doing right now. It's retarded. I got to use a different word. It's ridiculous. It's stupendous. It's stupid. Like the fact that we are the largest producers of natural gas and oil in the realm, North America, right? But we all of a sudden, because of the Ukraine war, it's $5 a gallon and $2 a liter in the Canada. This is ridiculous. Like the people that are running the country, that's it. Like they're never going to be trusted again. If this realm keeps going, this is never going to be forgotten. It's online. It's all recorded. Even if you take the internet down, everyone has it saved to their hard drives. I have terabytes upon terabytes of all the evidence of everything that's taken place, basically in the past 100 years, right? We've cut all the stuff. I just can't wait for the next stage to begin. I'm excited, right? I'm not scared. I'm ready to go. I couldn't be happier. I'm always trying to be better, but I couldn't be happier. I'm super happy. I'm satisfied. I'm super thankful tonight that we're here. We're live. We're back to work full time, but we're still creating content, sharing the truth, fighting for truth, lifting up those that need knowledge. Could we have anything better? I don't know, bro. I'm pretty thankful tonight. I have to say that.
No, it's we're in a flow. We're in a flow right now, and
could be better.
It's a pretty sustainable flow. So I'm happy with the amount of content that we're able to put out and the quality of it. And we try our hardest, everybody, to put out good quality content that is just nothing but truth. And we try to focus on the things that are most important to everybody's existence. So we try to
you watch closely, you
Just-
might see me spill my coffee on myself from time to time. My camera sometimes moves around on me. But listen, everybody, the imperfections are what makes us beautiful, right? Like if every flower looked the same, we'd all be like, yeah, it's just another flower, right? So it's the same with us. Learn to enjoy your differences. Don't even call them flaws. They're just differences. And yeah, change the things that we can change. Love one another, fight for truth. I'm always teetering on that whole where you don't allow your ego to jump in while fighting for truth, while standing on some of the highest level knowledge that you could ever possibly find. If you go out and you do the work, you do the research, you read, you learn everything, right? It's not an egotistic position to say that, like, let's go, I want to debate Elon Musk, right? The smartest philanthropist or whatever in the
richest man in the world.
And I love it that people show up here, whether they be gang stalkers or actually people looking for truth. No matter what, I'm just thankful that somebody gets to see our content. And at the end of the day, there's only a few people that I really, really want to see it even. So for me, I couldn't be in a happier position. Unfortunately, I wish I could reach more people. I wish I could heal more people. I wish I could share more truth with more people. But I mean, the only thing I can control is how much I do it and how much effort I put into each time that I do it. And I have to say that, I could be better. I could do more. I make mistakes all the time. But I'm thankful. Like I said, I'm so humble tonight that, again, we're back to work full time and I'm getting into a groove where I'm going to be able to start maybe making memes again, doing all this kind of stuff, getting some video content out. I want to do those things. I don't want to stop them. I have to basically learn how I can continue to slow time down. And sure, you on the other side of the screen, I'm sure it's like, who'd want to go stand beside Ronnie and Jason, right? We don't have the big following, right? We don't have any views. We don't make any money. Like, we're not wearing the trendy clothes. It's just Jason and I. And
yeah, but we still have people accusing us of trying to start a cult, which is
a cult with no followers, and the only rule is you have to believe the truth.
Yeah.
So that's our cult. But I mean, who would want to stand beside us? Because you're not going to be famous right now. That's for sure. You're not going to get paid. You don't look cool with your friends, because Jason and I, like I said, we just come out here and stand on the truth, and it doesn't buy us any friends. And we're learning to continue. People don't understand. Like, if you're in the chat or you're someone that's thinking you might try to troll us in the comments, Jason and I've been doing this for almost 9 years. I've gone through the screenshots in the DMs. I know exactly how everything works. I know exactly how the gang stalking works. I know the cycles. The people in the chat here, you're 5th or 6th cycle of people that showed up for a few years and then bounced. This isn't the first time we've gone through this. And again, at the end of the day, right, I always want to be someone that's gentle, but yet still powerful, and that still feeds people the truth. If we can contain those qualities, I think we can do good with whatever it is that we do. And we don't need to reach anybody. What we need, right, is through the morphic resonance or the spirit of the realm, for everybody to be affected and for them to be inspired to do their part, right? We don't, Jason and I don't want to do everything. We want other people, and it's happening, bro. It happens all the time. I know it's hard for you because you judge things at super levels of you look at everything raw. You just look at the data. You look at who does what, who shares what, who says what, just like I do. And you base that solely on that. But I do see the tide shifting. I continue to see more people waking up. The house that we're on, I said the customer said today, we were standing outside. She said, "Oh, this house was built in 1984." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, 1984. So that's a good movie. I mean, it's an even better book, right?" And she's like, "Oh yeah, George Orwell." And she kind of had a smirk on her face. I looked at Jason. I said, "She knows it, right? She knows 1984." So there's a lot more people are actually affected by the things that me and you in the chat and people listening in the future and what we do, right? And the key thing is, okay, I'm going to tell this is the end of my rant. Okay, if you sign up to be around Jason and I can guarantee you that you are not going to get any rewards in this realm. No one's going to show up at your door with a trophy and say, "You are the number one truther in the realm." It's not going to happen, because Jason and I have absolutely asked for no riches in this realm. We don't want them. We've separated ourselves from that entire lifestyle. We're completely away from it. We've walked away from everything, including the things that we both probably would want to do in our hearts if we had the opportunity. But what we can offer you guys is chances for you to build up kingdom coin, right? You've heard this Bitcoin thing, the scheme, Ponzi scheme that's about to crash. Sorry, Seth and everyone else that's in it. We told you to get out a long time ago. People are still in it. Good on you. But what we can promise you is that we know through the scriptures, this is a simulation virtual reality realm. There's a script. We call them the scriptures, okay? And they tell us that when you do these good acts and these good deeds, you're actually not going to be rewarded now. Just like the creator of existence, you can't see him now, but you will too soon. And when we go to that place, this is where you're going to have this kingdom account. And I want to give my account to everybody. Come on. You can have the timestamps. You can fight for truth. You can love people in your neighborhood. You can share truth. You can get this kingdom coin. It's not just through sharing truth. It's through loving if you're a mom, loving your kid. What's more beautiful than seeing that relationship? There's nothing more beautiful than that. If you're a brother, if you're an uncle, if you're anyone, if you just help people out, heal them if they're sick, doctrinally or truth-wise, whatever it is, you find that avenue and you go in, boom, you'll hear the ching, 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 you'll hear the kingdom coin accumulating. And then you'll have riches for eternity. So eternal things are things that we cannot see. Just like if we could see them, they wouldn't be eternal. So where your rewards are with that part of you, the part that you can't see. These bodies here can change. I don't believe this is the first time I've been here. But I'm going to wind this rant up. Build you up some kingdom coin. That's what matters to me. And what could be more, Jason? If we're headed into the Great Tribulation, try to get as many kingdom coins as you can right now. Like,
there is no other currency that holds any value against kingdom coin. So if you're not partaking in the kingdom, that means you're in hell. And so what currency do they use in hell? Is that where Bitcoin is accepted? What can you get in hell?
Blockchain, right?
Yeah, Visa, blockchain, Bitcoin. I don't think there's any currency that's going to work for you in hell. So kingdom coin, the way it's acquired, it's real biblical, is through actual good deeds, right? So you can either do things that are good, or for the positive, that are beneficial, that or you can do wicked deeds, or you can just be selfish. So you'll acquire kingdom coin by the good deeds that you do. If you help, if you help bring somebody to accurate truth, if you fight for the truth and you share with somebody and they actually change, and we get another soul into the kingdom, boom, there's huge rewards for stuff like that. So don't think that everything isn't recorded, because it is, for both for the good and bad. So your kingdom coin account is going to be associated with your actual good deeds. What do you have record for having done? And it's also perceptible as to whether or not you did this good deed for your own benefit, or if you did it for the other person's benefit. So it's all measurable, it's all recordable. So it's going to emanate from an individual, who you are on a personal level, as to whether or not you're a good, decent person, whether or not of your goodwill you're helping and benefiting and sharing the truth with people. And it's all measured. So you'll have rewards for that effort. So I just highly recommend everybody look towards that goal line and think about, all right, what kind of a score would I like to have? Do I want to show up at that finish line and have nothing? Do I want to do that? I mean, the scriptures highly recommend against going down that path, because those types of servants are called useless, worthless. So you want to have as good of a track record as far as good deeds, right? Having helped people and shared the truth and all that kind of stuff as possible, because it's all going to be measured. Your rewards will be based on your performance.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to promote here constantly. Repetition, habits, forming good habits. People, okay, this will be the last rant. So I weighed over almost 500 pounds 4 years ago. Right? I was a monster. Right? At some point, I'll have a side by side. I'm not ready to do it yet. When I started growing my hair, I started to lose weight, and I thought to myself, I've got to diet. I dieted when I was younger, when I was overweight, and I lost all this. I've got to become a dieter. I learned over this hard process, it's not as easy when you're, late 30s. It's not as easy to lose, 250 pounds as it was when I was like 18. But it becomes a lifestyle habit. That's the only thing that's successful. And it's never going too high or too low. It's about finding a balance and keeping that pace. And then you can find ways where you're allowed to enjoy something more or less. And sometimes you got to work harder. If you want to move to the next level, you have to change your lifestyle a little bit more. And these are the ways that we build actual eternal things. And that's what we've been trying to do here. I really can't wait till I get to like the next stage. Maybe if the realm keeps going, it doesn't burn down in the next few months. Maybe next fall. Next fall, I'm really looking to, but I always say this. I said this to everyone at the gym. I'm really looking a year out to see if I've made any adjustments or changes.
I brought the tools home from the job this weekend because I'm hoping that
this
Monday that we don't have to go back to work because we're covering the world that the Great Tribulation has began, right?
I said, man, if the Great Tribulation starts, I don't think we need to hang any drywall or build any houses, right? But this is like, I'm bringing my tools. I said, all right, bro, I'm on. I went and got my tool belt, put it on, got my screw guns, got all my tools, put them away. Let's do this.
It's all about the tools. I mean, if this world breaks down, I would give up the house and the truck before I would the tools because that's the last means of survival and making money. So they're important to me.
I mean, I had to lean in here. The light is now starting to defog my glasses. I'm sweating so bad. I'm not acclimatized yet to the heat. I can't see. I wonder if you guys can see how much I'm sweating on the other side of the screen. Again, I want you guys to know that you don't have to be perfect to stand up and fight for truth. You don't have to look a certain way. I was on camera. If you go back in our channels, you'll see how big I was. Like, you just get out there and do it, right? That's the most important thing is that, and planting trees. When's the best time to plant a tree, Jason?
30 years ago.
And the next best time?
Today.
So that's what we try to do here. We're not looking for rewards now, right? Anyone that realizes that they're going to be a lot further ahead, right? If you plant a tree, right? Think about it, guys. Usually you don't get to get shade from it in your life, in that life, right? So what are you planting those trees for? I'll leave that question for you to think about. But we're going to go back. We're going to go back to memes of the week. Numero 8. Ocho, right? We're going to go back to number 8 because I like it. And I picked it tonight. We didn't have much time. We got home from work. Boom, boom, boom. We were here to go. We got stuff to do. And I'm really excited. I'm so humble and thankful that we're able to still come out here and do this. I don't ever want to stop. All the glory goes to the Heavenly Father. The existence, He who is life that poured forth from Him, gets all of the credit. His name's Yahawah, right? And I'm thankful for you guys on the other side of the screen. Gang stalkers too. I love you guys. Let's get into this meme roller and I'll see you after it.
And now, the wait is over. It's time for Memes of the Week. Sponsored by Aluminum Foil.
I'm in love with the coco. I'm in love with the coco. I got it for the Lolo. I'm in love with the coco. I'm in love with the coco.
I need you now. And heaven knows I'm hurt.
I need you to help me.
Will you save me? Will you save me? Heaven knows I need you to help me. My light is gone, I can't see you clearly. Tell me I'm enough, 'cause I need the rush. Then only you bring. I'm in a constant war, I'm always last to draw. I need saving. Lie on top of me. It can get no harder with you next to me. They say there's always calm before a storm, and the darkest hour is before the dawn. Will you be my armor? Will you save me? Will you save me? Heaven knows I need you to help me. My light is gone, I can't see you clearly. Tell me I'm enough, 'cause I need the rush. Then only you bring. I'm in a constant war, I'm always last to draw. I need saving. I need you to help me.
We are back. Awesome meme roller, brother. Had a super groove to it.
Ah, stop. It was cool. It was cool. You know what I really found interesting about that was the gas thing, right? It was me going back to work because the gas prices were getting so high. And guess what? It's actually happening. Both things at the same time.
All right. Are you ready?
Unbelievable.
Are you ready to present?
Yes. Thank you for asking me. Well, I mean, I could have waited and done a few other things, but I think I'm good.
All right. You're presented.
Hey guys, it's time to get serious. It's time to get serious. So Jason and I are out here always talking about this whole being born again thing. Right? What's this born again thing in the scriptures? People think they say some prayer and they're all of a sudden born again. But Nicodemus said it's not like as if I can crawl back up inside my mother's womb and be born again. But this is the gospel, that it doesn't matter if you're a good person, you have a good heart, the Father knows you, and you know the Father, and you love him inside your heart, and you understand Christ died for you, right? The Son of the living creator of existence, the existence to life. The Son came and he did this. You will be brought back again. That was his promise. That was what the good news was. Now, the 12 people that he sent out throughout the realm, guess how they died, right? So let's talk about censorship right now. Where do you think censorship leads to, Jason?
Totalitarian takeover?
Well, death.
Yeah.
Death. It leads to death. When they can't burn your books anymore, and you still go around speaking these things that they don't want to hear, they kill you. So the apostles knew this. So we got Bartholomew, right? What does it say? Flayed to death by a whip in Asia Minor. We got Andrew. What happened to Andrew? I got to look closely. Crucified on an X-shaped cross in Greece. We have Simon. He was crucified in Persia. James, which is Jacob, was beheaded in Palestine. Go figure, right? Thomas was stabbed to death with a spear in India. Peter crucified upside down by Nero. Wow, right? Philip hung by iron hooks upside down till he died. We had Matthew stoned and beheaded. We've got John. He died in exile on the island of Patmos. Everybody should know about the Revelator. They tried to kill him, poisoned him. They tried to boil him in oil. Nothing would kill him. They said, let's just send him to this here island. We'll leave him there to die. There's not really much about how John died, but we go on here. We got Jude, which I like. Judah is a nice name. Crucified by a magi in Persia. We got James, right? Jacob again. Right, but they switched the names Jesus from Joshua and Jacob to James. Don't know why. Thrown off, what does it say? A wall, and then clubbed to death. Right, and then Matthew, at the last of the 12 apostles to die, was impaled by spears in Ethiopia. These men gladly went to their deaths. Okay, and do you want to know why? And these are all documented, not by Hebrew people, by the customary places where they were killed. That's how we know. Why do you think that they were so happy? Why do you think Peter wanted to be crucified upside down? You know why? He said he wasn't righteous enough to be crucified the way our Lord was. Right? And they knew that they were going to be brought back. This is the news that they were going around telling people, hey, sin no more and you'll never die again. Even if you die, you'll never die. And if you're alive, you'll never die. That's what they were going around telling people. And they were put to death. And we're here telling you the same thing 2,000 years later. Are they going to kill us? I don't know, but we're going to keep doing it. So what do you have to say about this one?
I want a martyr's death. It's the ultimate death. So if you think about death in a real mundane way, where you contemplate that every living thing dies, right? So everything that you experience in this world, every living thing dies in this world right now. All right, so since everybody's got to do it, it's not that special. All right, a death becomes a death unless if it has some sort of merit to it, some sort of value to it. How did he die? Oh, you were drunk driving, you went off a road and you hit a tree. Well, you didn't accomplish anything with your death. All right, but what about fighting for truth? Right, fighting for freedom. These things actually have a value and just a value to them. So the fact that a person could die for their beliefs is really the most esteemed position that you can have in this world. And look at the example that was set by Christ. So he died that martyr's death, that then through his resurrection, that everybody could be saved, everybody could believe in it. So he took the martyr's death in order to have that thing for people to believe upon in order to be saved, and thus give people a path to salvation. Right? Without something to believe in, right, there wouldn't be that path to salvation. And So he did it. The martyr's death is, I mean, it's top ranked. And then the scriptures say in Revelation that those that have to go through the great tribulation without protection, right? You're going to have to lose your head in order to be saved.
Not marked. If you're not marked.
Yeah, if you're not marked. So you can do a martyr's death, and you get a crown for that in the kingdom. So it's a highly esteemed thing. And you look at Peter with saying, kill me upside down. So he had the ability to just make it special, right? We wouldn't have talked about Peter's death being upside down unless if he had done it. And so if we're given the opportunity, everyone, if you have something fundamental faith-wise that you can be a martyr for, make it a glorious martyrdom. Really, it's, laugh in the face of the enemy, because you know that your victory is right there. That close.
Well said. And I just want to finish that off here before we move on. We'll get moving quicker, but you know what? We're just going to take our time.
Yeah.
We don't have to get up in the morning, so we can do this till whenever. But here, let me lay this down. Here's the final thing that I want everybody to understand, okay? And then we won't have to talk about this subject too much more, I think. Okay, Christ, he went around loving people, healing the sick. Leprosy, he healed it. You were blind, he healed it. He went around healing people and loving and hugging everybody. What they did was he was telling them all, hey, if you do this and this, and you come and be, baptized and forgiven of your sins and live righteous, you don't have to follow these mitzvah laws anymore. So they dragged him in front of the people in the city during Passover, just before Passover started. So everybody in Israel was there. They beat the living daylights out of him, right? Whipped him, chained him, lacerated his body from head to toe, stuck a crown of thorns into his skull, put a bloody purple robe on him, chanted, mocked him, beat the shit out of him more, right? Dragged them out in front of everybody, made them choose whether they were going to kill him or Barabbas. Everybody chose Barabbas, the thief, right? They chose the thief over him. Then they crucified him naked. The night before, Passover night, they crucified him that day. Passover, the first day, naked, right? And there he was, dying on the cross, and he did nothing but heal and love people, right? Then everything that he told these 12, there was actually 120 main people, but there was 12 special characters, like the houses of the stars. There's 12 houses. He told them, you will never die. Right. And he said, I'm going to prove it to you. I'm going to prove it to you. And what happened? He came back to life. Why do you think they went to their death like this? They witnessed it. Right? We didn't get to witness this. They did. So in their heads, they were like, what is the worst thing you could do to me? I want that, because you're never going to compare to what Christ did. But at least these guys, they got a chance, right? They got a chance, bro. And that's why I know in your heart, that's why you say, how better of a way to die than a martyr's death, right?
Yeah,
so
if you want it to be meaningful and have some sort of...
We don't even need to see the proof of it. We don't need to see him put our hands inside the holes in his hands. We don't need to see that. We believe, and we're willing to do it, right? So I hope you guys understand that's why this is so important. I wanted to start off that way. I don't constantly come around trying to bash people with the scriptures, because people don't want to hear it because of what Azazel has done to the churches. He's ruined it. It's ruined. There's no truth left in there. The word of the Creator is spoken, but it's spoken in a language that is dead. It is dead. But we are speaking in one that's alive. To me, that was a very important thing to get through. Did you want to finish that off?
Oh, no, that's good. I think we got that one.
Okay. I'll try to calm down. I don't want to have to do that, but let's keep going. This one is something else that we got to do again. I don't always want to do this, but you need to understand the people that you can't talk about are the ones that are ruling over you. All right. So American presidents are slaves of the Yiddish, the Eskimos. Just look at how all of them put on this satanic little beanie. You're not supposed to cover your head like that. That doesn't mean hair, you guys. When somebody comes at you and says, oh, if covering your head for a man is wrong, Why would the creator put hair growing out of our head? I'm going to calm down. I'm getting too worked up. He would not allow us to have hair grow out of our head if it was satanic. It's the same thing with circumcision, right? If it was that important, you would have been born that way. But these guys all wear this satanic hat because it covers their head. They think it hides their consciousness from the Father. That's what they think. But go on and you look at it, right, Jay? You got all the presidents here. Clinton, Bush, Biden, or not Biden. I don't know if Biden's been there, but I'm pretty sure you could probably find a picture of it. And Trump, the savior, right? This is the guy that's coming here tomorrow. Listen, they don't go to this wall and do this whole ritual thing with their kippas on, satanic beanies, trying to hide their thoughts. They don't do this because these people aren't oppressing us and running the realm. They do it because that's the only way that they'll get to this position. Jason, this is what I have to say about this one. What do you think?
Yeah, it should be pretty obvious that any person that you see pictured, you see a picture of them in the mass media, you can Google it, boom, there's a picture of this person at that wall. You can be darn sure that they are a Kabbalist. All right, that's the only people that get allowed in there. And if you're a leader of a nation or something like that, that means you're a top Kabbalist. So the presence there at the Western Wall with, like you were pointing out, the itty bitty hats, it's all proof positive that we're dealing with like the Ashkenazi fake Hebrews, right? From the scriptures, the fake Hebrews. So they're not Hebrews, not at all. And they're servants of the devil. They absolutely are. So you see them at that wall, you already know what you're dealing with. You don't have to think any further because they're all a part of that club.
Yeah, they are, right? It's obvious. And we're not even allowed to talk about it.
Yeah, I know.
We're not allowed to talk about it. We have to talk veiled, right? Because they'll take us down. Yeah, I have to censor myself. I hate to do that. I don't like to express myself. I feel like I'm being abused if I can, but we can't expose this too much. We won't have channels. Like, look at this next one. It says, take away the hoax. And what do you have left? Without their precious, you know what? The Eskimos are just a grubby little bunch of international bandits and assassins and squatters. Don't you think that they weren't ordained to go where they were? The Rothschild, what was his name? I can't believe I forgot it. The Balfour Declaration is how they got the land that was called Palestine back. That was not ordained by the Creator. I don't see any deed, right? And all they've done is perpetrated one of the most massive, cynical frauds in human history. And, you know, if you start looking at the information, what is there? There's now 6 million, they say, right? Now there's 6 million, but they said, 80 years ago or 100 years ago, they were saying it. But at the turn of the century, there's newspapers all over the place. 6 million Eskimos are risking their lives. So, what was it, Jason? Was it that they were thinking that they had someone do the math, that if they didn't stop the supposed genocide, that there wouldn't be the 6 million today?
Yeah, reverse engineered the number, right?
That's the only way that their 6 million number works. And I've given them that out. But guess what? If that's the truth, obviously they weren't genocided then. So move on past this. I'm talking to everybody in this group that's not satanic. There are good people in every group, right? So you need to call it the people in charge and hold your communities accountable, just like Jason and I hold each other and the people that show up here accountable. That's what we do. And if nobody else wants to stand up, we're going to do it out of brotherly love for these people. Hey, look, I got curly hair too, but I don't call myself won't say it. Did you want to say anything else about that before I go on? I got to calm down. I'm sorry for getting
I haven't spoken about it yet.
I hope nobody turned it off because I was getting mad. Please don't. You haven't spoken about it. Yeah. Give us your take, please. Forgive me. I shot the puck at your head again.
The word squatters is what I want to talk about for a second here. So you got this group of people that are in the promised land right now. So the promised land is a tract of land that was promised to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and the descendants of those. So the Hebrews, the 12 tribes of Israel. And that's who that land is promised to. So these people are not actual Hebrews, and so many of them, they don't even try and claim to be. They come from Russia and Germany and Poland and a lot of these Germanic pagan areas where socialism and all these things have come from. Marxism. This is we keep on referring to them as the Ashkenazi. They're the ones that wear the funny hats, right? So even in this meme right here, they got the funny hats, and they're pretty easy to spot. Not all of them look like that, because look at Trump, right? He doesn't wear that kind of funny hat, and he doesn't have the spirally hair, but he's on the temple coin, right? And
there's a station named Trump Station at the Weeping Wall.
And so the squatters, the people that are there right now are the squatters, and what the scriptures talk about is their absolute destruction, right? So they get obliterated, and the land is cleansed, and then this is where the people that come out of the four corners of the earth that are protected through the Great Tribulation, they go to the Promised Land, and the two witnesses are there, and that takes place for 3.5 years, and then the two witnesses are killed, and this is the most likely time for at that time the rapture, right? Everybody loves that word, the rapture of the church. So that would be the people that had been protected through the Great Tribulation.
Yes, they're caught back into the protection, not up into the sky, although there is an up into the sky thing, because this whole entire place is going to burn, right?
Mm-hmm. Don't want to be here for that.
So let's keep going. Are they trying to look like goats? I'm not trying to mock them. I'm just asking, is that why they grow just the sideburns? Because if you're not supposed to cover your head, they've got a hat on covering their head right now. So we only wear anti-tiny hats. Our hats have no top on them.
Visors. I'm a visor guy, yes.
Both of us.
If I'm going to wear something on my head.
We're anti-tiny hatters. Let's keep going here. This says, no amount of money or gold is worth more than bees, trees, and water. To me, this is 100% true. I love all of these things immensely. They give me a lot of pleasure. The trees talk, right? The water, there's not anything more abundant or beautiful in the realm than the water. And the bees, they make honey too, right? It's sweet. So what do you think of this one, Jay?
Oh, it's great. During the Great Tribulation, we know that the power is given to the two witnesses to shut up the rains for 3.5 years. And then we also see from the bowls and the trumpets other terrible calamities that happen to the water supply. So during the Great Tribulation, it's going to be the people that have stored up riches in this world, the gold, the money, that kind of stuff. When there's no water, they're not going to be able to drink or eat their gold or their paper money. So it has
you can't eat it. You can't
has no value whatsoever. And the natural things, the bees give us the honey, a nice cow give us some milk, we can make some ice cream out of it.
There's no cows out of it. I'm sorry.
The trees giving us the shade during shade. We got some scorching heat coming according to the scriptures.
Don't forget fruit.
All right, so having some shade, we
got fruit
and lumber to build with, and yes, wood to burn during the winter, and all that kind of stuff. So these are the things that have actual value. The gold and money.
Water. You haven't talked about water.
I started with the water. It's going to dry up.
No, well, I was talking about HHO and healing the entire realm through converting the cars. And
yeah, well, that's kingdom type stuff. We're not going to have HHO driven cars during the Great Tribulation, brother.
We might. I don't know. hey, what a bingo. I don't know how it's going to go, but continue.
No, I think that's...
Let's keep going. This one says, what do you want me to do next? I don't like these symbols, but it also means hypnosis. So they're saying this is a sheep that's hypnotized. It's masked, all it up. It's got the flags that everybody knows. Peace. It's got the sanitizer. It's got all the jabolas. I don't know what that is.
What I think that is?
What?
Do we
Cream?
even? Yeah, for the sun.
Oh, son. Yeah, we can't give any advice.
Yeah, we can no
Suffice it to
medical
say,
advice.
carrot seed oil. There's my screen just turned off. But yeah, this one's funny. We can move on. It says the bee lives less than 40 days, Jason. Interesting. 40 days. Where that number we've heard before. 40 days, 40 nights, right? Noah, Christ, Adam. Right? So the bee lives less than 40 days, visits at least 1,000 flowers, and produces less than a teaspoon of honey. For us, it's only just a small teaspoon. But for the bee, it's his entire life. And I say thank you to the bees.
Oh,
This
thank
one's
you.
pretty self-explanatory. What do you think?
Yeah, the communal work of the bee is so impressive that through their efforts as a community, they can build up that hive of honey. And so remember, this world was created for us, the humans, everyone. The Creator designed honey as a natural sweetener that comes from the bee that pollinates. You see it buzzing around in all the different flowers, and we get the sweet honey from it. So this is, and we think about the promised land, we're told it's the land of milk and honey, right? So these are natural things that come from the Father. We're not to be afraid of the milk of the cow. It was made for us, just like the honey was. These are the things that he put into the world for our consumption.
Natural things, too.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to, process soybean, make some puke slop stuff that turns you gay. Get you some unpasteurized cow milk, goat milk, too.
Some corn
mix it with-
fructose syrup and put that in your...
And mix it with some honey and put that honey on some naturally grown wheat that you make. Make some crepes, grow some chickens, have some chickens, have some chicken eggs, make some crepes, put you some honey on it. There's so many things that we can do. It says, no one will be able to stand against you all the days of your life. Ooh, that's a big statement. As I was with Moshe, Moses, not going to speak Yiddish, so I will be with you, and I will never leave you nor forsake you. It's Yahawahashai 1:5. How about that scripture? Now, for me to say anything about that, people would think I was trying to, I don't know. This is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful meme. Everything about it. Jason, that's what I'm going to say. I'm going to throw it to you.
As I was with Moses, shall I be with you. So when we have that kind of assurance, look at how the Father was with Moses, right? Moses was able to stand there, raise his rod, and watch the waters split, right? So that's some real close interaction and working with the Father. So if we're told that as he was with Moses, that he will be with us, that means that he's given you the power to do the supernatural, all right? And we fully expect that. The scriptures talk about it, that there would be this group that is now prophesying, the Holy Spirit's poured out upon them. Remember, Pentecost is still coming up. We're looking at June 5th, 6th for Pentecost. So that was the day that the Holy Spirit was poured out. Christ's his death trip, right? And so we have the Pentecost coming up this year. So it's I think it's all important things to look to, because we're looking for that power to be given to perform the supernatural as we know it all throughout the scriptures. Right, there were miracles in the scriptures, and we haven't had miracles in 2,000 years. But when the Great Tribulation starts, from prophecy, we know that we're going to see a whole bunch of miracles, a lot of them. And I'm excited. I can't wait. I want to see it.
I mean, should I point it out? A couple of key things in here. I will never leave you.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's think about this. Talking to Joshua again. Remember, I told you guys earlier the name Jesus, Earth Pig, Hail Zeus, however you want to transliterate it. really the name Joshua. That's it. It's simple. That's the English word for Yahawahashai. And then Yiddish, they say Yeshua, which is wrong. We don't speak Yiddish. We speak Paleo-Hebrew or English. So Joshua was the name of Christ in English. It's a nice name. I like it. I like Judah too, but I like Joshua too. So I will never leave you. He was saying this to Joshua, right? So, there's just a key things that we should look at here, talking about living forever.
Well, and the thing is,
forever, never.
If a person goes down the path of seeing other incarnations, right, of the Christ, so if you make the connection from Christ to Joshua, it won't be long before you end up making the connection from Joshua to Moses.
To Moses, right? And, a good comment from Shine Moon Dancer, she brought up that, like, I don't know, scientists say that, honey could last, I haven't verified this, like 3,000 years. Like, it's almost limitless. The honey, it doesn't go bad, right? Wine gets better over time. There's so many interesting things about this simulation if you actually have eyes to see and ears to hear. Let's go on to this one, Jason. White oaks. The single best insect-friendly species to plant in 84% of the U.S. countries and white oaks and are their relatives. Because they support some 934 caterpillar, butterfly, and moth species nationwide. Compared to, this tree has 21. This one doesn't say anything, but the caterpillar, what's this? Tulip tree, black gum, sweet gum, permissimum, and hemlock. Hemlock's got 92, but these ones got they could go almost 1,000 different kinds of butterflies, right? Caterpillars are a symbol, right, of us being remade new again, right? I get so excited about it. I have a song about butterflies. I know everybody should know it, but you probably don't know it. It's a very special song to me. But yes, the caterpillar walks on the ground like we do, right? And it's given wings. Come on, guys. Isn't that the most beautiful thing? So if you plant these white oaks, Jay, get this, honestly, if we were to plant some of these, tomorrow, because we can't do it 30 years ago, because that would have been great. We could sit under it now, but we could have a lot more butterflies. And I love butterflies. And I know that New World Order has MK altered butterfly symbol to be something bad. Like, I want to get, if I had the power, right, I would burn everything that went against the truth, because butterflies are beautiful and they're a sign. It's a sign that was left here for us to look at and understand that we too, you guys want to fly? Who wants to fly in the chat? I'm going to watch. Jason, that is what I have to say about that. Now I'm going to saucer pass that puck over to you for the one-timer. White oaks.
How old do you think that tree is? I'm guessing it's at least over 100 years. What do you think?
Well, we would have to actually do some forensics work, cut open a branch or the stump and kill it and measure the rings, and I'd be able to give you a better hypothesis. But looking at it, 90 years, 80 years, it depends. But it's a beautiful tree.
This is multi-generational stuff right here. And absolutely amazing. So you have a tree like this that's going to give you incredible wood, right? So a white oak is going to give you a nice clean oak wood that is furniture grade, high furniture grade. And so you have that feature, you have that incredible shade right there. It's absolutely gorgeous, the whole shape of it. It's a little bit bigger structured. We have the live oaks down here in Texas, and they look similar. The neat thing about the live oaks is that they don't lose their leaves through the winter, so we still have a green leaf tree. But each one of these have their incredible features to them. So here, you've got all the butterflies and all that kind of stuff that a tree like this is going to attract and grow, really. And then there's the feature of something else. So the post oak gives you the absolute best smoked meat you can possibly ever eat.
Trying to make me unmute. If you guys can see, my arms are up in the air. Post oak is the best tasting wood ever.
So there's just incredible features to each and every one of these things that we find in this world.
Mm-hmm. And then there's not even the supernatural aspect of trees, right? Like, they're pretty special, guys. I wish I could turn on everybody's eyes, just bam, just like that, and you could see the supernatural.
you guys could see the spiritual realm instead of looking at this here physical, because this tree would have lots to tell. What do you think it's seen? Let's keep going here. This one says, decide what kind of life you actually want. Please, everyone. And then say absolutely no to everything that isn't that, even if it hurts, right? People do this to me, I'm sure. And decide what kind of life you want, and then say no to everything else. Do it, right? Teach people that you want a certain type of life, and then manifest it. And I hope in my heart that you want to do things that are righteous at the same time, because I don't want to ever promote anything that's not righteous. So Jason, you know, I really like this meme because it's really changed my life, living by this principle, by standing up for myself, being strong, and saying no to basically everything that isn't with what I'm vibing with. And I'm not going to ever change. What do you think of this one?
Yeah, it's a super high level of single-mindedness. So if you have a defined kind of life that you actually want, and it's fully defined, then you can see everything that's coming towards you as options are concerned, and you can solely focus on manifesting the reality that you actually want. So with that kind of single-mindedness, a focused, pinpoint, laser type approach to everything that you deal with all throughout the day, all the time, you're really going to manifest what you want at the quickest possible rate. So
yes,
the more
super boosting manifestations. That's what you just said, right? I just want to make sure we got that quoted.
Yeah, absolutely.
Super boosting your manifestations is what we're talking about by absolutely saying no to everything that isn't with what you want.
Right.
It's not about being like disrespectful or rude, because it's about, loving yourself first. And then you can then love everyone else. People think, oh, that's new age spiritualism. Christ literally told the people that were going around, he said, hey, you got something in your eye, bro. Clean that out before you try to clean out that guy's eye. That's what he was saying. Do the shadow work. Let's keep going. We got to get through a quick few more. We got amazing songs. Amazing songs again every week. If you guys heard, we went with a grunge song. Jason and I both used to like grunge. You came out of Seattle mostly. You had all the good bands, right? Stone Temple Pilots, Nirvana, Soundgarden, Pearl Jam. I know we didn't all like them all, but the grunge scene was cool. Silverchair and Nirvana, who I thought that intro song actually emulated.
I moshed to Nirvana in New York City.
I know, you were such a concert guy. You have the timestamps, man. And I, as a musician, didn't get to experience as much. Although I did get to meet Dream Theater. Well, you know what I mean? But you got to meet so many different bands and go to so many concerts, bro.
It was my thing for a while. I get to do more of that in the Kingdom, right? Yep.
Okay, let's do a few more and then we'll hear a song. It says, just be yourself. Come on, guys. I come out, I spilled coffee on myself. I was sweating. I couldn't see out of my glasses, but I was just me. Let people see the real, imperfect, flawed, quirky, weird, beautiful, magical person. I know a lot of people don't like that word magical, but I don't mind it. I see magic everywhere. Good magic. I'm not talking about witchcraft. If you want that, go subscribe to Casey. His channel has that. But I'm talking about good magic. And we all have this supernatural beautiful magic inside of us. We can get it from the animals, from the trees. We can get it through our own dance, just dancing to the music of life. In your own heart, you can get this magic. It's free. It's not satanic. It's not. What do you guys think? They weren't going around telling you Yahawahashai Christ. They were like, yo, you're a demonologist. You're a Satanist. You're a witchcraft. Because he was literally going around doing magic, like real magic, guys, healing people, real. So don't be triggered by this word. So this meme means a lot to me because I make a lot of mistakes. I'm quirky, right? I do things that are flawed. I'm weird. I used to, that word weird, I am weird, right? Beautiful in a way. So are you. So are you on the other side of the screen, right? We're all of these things if we could just accept them. And that's what makes us special. That's what I have to say about this one.
Yeah, well, the me for when we're talking about manifesting, be single-minded, focused on manifesting the type of life that you want. Nobody's got a problem when you say manifesting, but as soon as you introduce the word magical, then all of a sudden, the hairs on the back of a person's neck stand up. So just understand that magic is manifestation. right? It can be used for evil and it can be used for good. So black magicians use their magic to manifest bad things. And then the so-called white witches and white wizards and stuff like that, they use the power of manifestation for what they consider to be good. Now we're told not to practice magic, which means we're not to do that type of white magic where we're using spells and incantations and things like that in order to achieve something. So the righteous way of manifesting things is through prayer, and through introspect, and through internal conversations that you're open to the Holy Spirit, to the Father, to the Son, for direction. So when you're open and tuned into that, looking for direction there, then all of a sudden the knowledge will get to you at a certain point, and things will start to happen. Things will happen that you'll all of a sudden realize that this is the actualization, the fulfillment, the modern day manifestation of my prayer. And in the deeper the connection gets, the stronger that whole process of manifesting takes place. And so the word magical really refers to the way it happens in both the good and positive way and in the evil way. So it's not a word to get triggered over. It's all about manifesting, and that's just get to the root of what's taking place. What's taking place? It's the manifestation process.
Well, let's take it a step further, right? Let's go back to Christ's teaching again. I'm going to do it again. Right? He told you guard everything, including your thoughts. They were all saying, let's kill this whore. She's a whore. Let's kill her. And he was like, which one of you have not sinned against her in your mind too? Right? So anyone that's even thought, so, okay, magic, witchcraft, all this stuff, it comes through consciousness, your conscience, your observer, your ego. Everything that you think, say, and do is what you put out into the realm. You have to guard all of it. What you say, what you think. Things come into my head and I'm like, no, absolutely not. You're not allowed in my head. I rebuke them. It's a constant battle. You guys be careful. Listen, if you want to love someone, you love them. You send your love to them. You do it righteously. If you want to control someone, you can do that too, right? But you're going to get a bad result. Anytime you do anything that's not in harmony with life, with peace and love, is going to be negative. You're going to reap negative rewards. But yes, everything that you think, say, and do is all magic. We're in a magical place. And if Jason and I start doing supernatural things, people are going to say, oh, they're just David Blaine magicians. So don't you be fooled by this word. You are magical. Let's go on. Prove yourself to yourself, right? Not to others. I do have a few people in my life who I will turn to for advice, for criticism, critique. Sometimes I want it tough. I like it tough. But you are the only person that should be judging yourself. In my opinion, this is my take on this. With some beautiful oak trees, I think, here at the river. But always remember that yourself, your own opinion of yourself is what matters, right? No one else. You live inside your soul. But I definitely keep people around me that guide me when I need help. So it's not wrong to be against, having other people help you, but always remember that you are the only person that you need to prove anything to, right? And if nobody accepts you for that, then this is out of your control. But as long as you love yourself and prove things to you, don't do something like, oh, I'm gonna do this to get back at my ex, or I'm gonna show them up, or anything like that. Whenever you see your conscience thinking like the only person that matters is you. And Jason, I saw you in the chat. Are you back?
I'm here.
Okay, what do you think of this one?
Yeah, the only person whose opinion really matters is your own, because once you realize that good friends, family members, all these things can come and go. They may not always be for you. Sometimes they'll be against you. So who do you really have? Well, you've got yourself. You're stuck with yourself. And so the proving and all these things should be to yourself, not to these other people. What does their opinion really matter? It's the opinion of yourself that is really going to be the most important. And so true self-evaluation, this is some of the shadow work that we've talked about before. Once you get to a point where you objectively look at yourself and you can actually address your flaws critically, once you take that honest look, then you can work on those things. You can put in the effort and the work that's necessary to overcome them, and you're building yourself up. You're taking the fringes off. You're cutting the stone just straight and true. And the more you do that to yourself, the better you're going to feel about yourself, and it radiates. So the better you feel about yourself, other people pick up on that energy, and they see that confidence, and it feeds off of each other. So the more you build yourself up, the better the relationships you're going to eventually have with other people, at least ones that care about truth.
A great point. Well said, brother. Couldn't have added anything better than that. It says, promise yourself that no matter how hard it gets, you will never give up on your dreams, your passions. You weren't created just to work 9 to 5 or just to be a mom or an uncle or a niece or whatever it is that you are. You were created to follow your passions and your dreams. It's super important that we understand that, because if we have forever, which we do, I promise, your dreams are what's going to last, the things that you desire. So that's what I have to say about this one, brother. What do you have to say? We got one more and then we'll do a break.
Yeah, it's great. I would just key in on the part that you need to have realistic dreams. If your dream was to be an astronaut, at some point you're going to have to get over it, right?
I can't believe you just took it to astronauts. Astronauts. Good one, bro. I can't reach the bell.
But yeah, so your dreams are important as long as they're realistic ones. Just keep that one in mind. They have to have some sort of possible reality to them.
You're not going to Mars. Good points, brother. This last one before we go to a really good song. Really good song. We got some great songs tonight. This one says, we want to build up some brain cells here, right? Plants for what? A healthy brain, it says. So, someone's going to say, oh, this is witchcraft, right? What do you guys? So if there was a woman living in a forest and she went to her house and she had all this stuff hanging up and she was like, here, let me give you some of this or whatever.
Cutting of the roots and
yeah, you're a witch. They would say, like, you know what I mean? No, they've everything, not everything, but a lot of things that are super important and super true. They've put onto things that they call witchcraft, new age. They put truth there, and then they put easily discreditable things mixed in so that someone could come along and say, no, look at this. This is discreditable. So everything else that I just put there is now not true too. They did it with the flat earth. Me and Jason were the first ones to really come hard against it. We saw that they put a fake map so that they could try to take it down with the scriptures too. They tried to tie the Bible to it. The only problem is the Bible says there's 4 corners. There's no 4 corners on a circle pizza-fying map. New World Order Freemason. So yes, getting understanding with the plants. This is what we are here to do, ladies and gentlemen. We are keepers of the kingdom, the garden. It's a garden, right? We're supposed to be here and till the soil. Adam was supposed to, and Hawa, or Eve can too. So it says here, for better memories, we can eat sage. What's this? Ashwagandha. We can have lemon balm. Ooh, I want to get me some lemon balm. That sounds really good. Better focus. Get you some lion's mane. Ginseng. I used to like ginseng when I was younger, get all hyped up, start throwing crazy kicks everywhere. And Rodelio rosa, or is that rosea? I might be reading it wrong. Could be corrected. I'm not good in Latin, but here's the different plants that just grow wild. Anti-migraines. I know a lot of people suffer from migraines that tune in. Rosemary's delicious, right? Feverfew. I don't know about that. Yarrow. Anti-anxiety. Ooh, this one's good. This one here, I think a lot of people that are suffering, definitely due to the Great Tribulation, birth pangs we're all going through. I would like to get some of this myself, or even grow it. Motherwort, valerian, and St. John's wort, right? I'm sure all these grow here. And these things we can eat. They grow wild and we can eat them. So this is super important, everybody. If there's anything that you take away from tonight, besides the whole, what I explained to you, what Christ went through, and then came back again, you said, see, this is the most important meme to me. I want to have these things. Jason, what say you?
Yeah, well, you start to see now that everything was put here by design for us. Right? The white oak tree that we covered and the butterflies and moss that come with it. Each one of these things, each one of these plants have a design to it and a purpose. And so this was knowledge that was known. These were the natural remedies, the natural cures that come from earth. So you have this, you take that. Now all of this has been relegated to a factory where it comes out in a pill form. All right, so we're just to trust that the factory didn't throw in anything else, right? If you actually grow these things and you find these things in nature, you don't have to worry about that. So it's each one of these things were built with a purpose. The bee giving us the honey, the cow's giving us the milk. Each one of these plants right here. Now, we know that there are some plants that you don't want to eat in this world. Ooh. And we won't have that kind of stuff in the new order, in the Christ's millennial reign, and with the new bodies and any of that. So this right here, because of the way the media and everything has operated, they were able to take away the actual knowledge that was natural and known all throughout the ages as far as the natural cures are concerned, right?
Yes, and that's what we're trying to bring back with these memes of the week. That's what it is. It's not just having fun. It's not just playing music. We bringing back the stuff our great-great-grandparents knew and enjoyed. You know, I bet you everything tasted so good. You know, after a hard day of work in the field, come home to that fresh lemon pie, you know,
fresh
clothes
eggs
hung up on the line, the natural lemony smelling clothes because you just had natural stuff back then, right? Could you just imagine, bro? No GMOs, no Wi-Fi. My heart.
The fish you just caught, all of it. It's the way it was designed to be.
It was so beautiful back then. We think we have it so good now, huh? Yeah, right. But guess what? Like you said, brother, it's all going to get restored. It won't have any stingy things, no biting things, nothing trying to kill you, nothing trying to kill your kids, right? It's going to be good.
Eat it by accident and you get poisoned to death.
Yeah. Whoops. Like, I thought this looked like Feverfew, right? You're dead, right? Damn. Haven't you seen that movie, right? So honestly, you know, everybody, we're going to continue to do this. There's an endless amount of this knowledge, and we're going to bring it out until this place goes boom, till it burns. So yeah, do you want to take the screen share, brother? This next track is a brand new song. Again, all these songs released within 2 days. It's one of my favorite parts of the podcast is it's going through the new music. So let's do this music break, bro.
Let's check it out.
We sit together on my own. What I see, I can't deny. And the buildings all around here used to be a shining light. And I'm up before the sun. Give it one more try. And I'm racing down the mountain just to see you one more time. Nothing counts, matters now. I don't care at all. Nothing comes between us now. I'm not scared at all. Living in the wind. Living in the
Another great song. That was fantastic.
That was In the Waves by Let 'Em Riot. I put so people listening in the future, after a day or so, however long YouTube makes us wait, when the chat's back up, I put the link to the song if you want to hear it again. And sometimes they also put it in the description box below. And we do it to share the content. We're trying to get views for these bands. Sometimes they only have one view when we share it. That was In the Waves by Let 'Em Riot. And we got more good songs coming. The next one's called Michael. It's good. I like it too. Brand new song. We only heard it a few times, but we liked it. Jason, are you ready to get into some of the more truth bangers?
Let's go with truth banger style.
So just a quick behind the scenes thing. I just want to let you guys know, when they turned CERN on or something like that, you look at the research, it was a gray dot that showed up on a screen and people were like, don't touch the gray dot. It was crazy.
The gray dot.
It was a gray dot, but they did all this crazy stuff. The internet was connected and turned on with CERN, they say, right? It all happened at the same time. So let's get into this meme. It says the Large Hadron Collider at CERN is the largest machine on Earth with a dark mission, I believe it. CERN is named after Synonymous, right? That's a weird name. The Celtic Gidriel of the underworld, right? CERN. It's located in St. Genus Pauli. Am I saying that right? Genus Pauli. It reminds me of Robert Sungenius, the guy that debated Rob Skiba. It says in Roman times, the city was called, quote, Apollicum, and was dedicated to the Roman Gadriel Apollo, which is also likened unto the end times, Apollyon, the destroyer. It is also believed that the people who lived there believed it was a gateway to the underworld. Revelation 9 tells us that during the fifth trumpet, right, fifth trumpet, not Trump, but trumpet, it says the bottomless pit will be opened and a fallen angel army led by Apollyon or Apollo, quote, the destroyer, end quote, will be on earth during the tribulation to torment those who are unsaved, people that didn't get marked, right? This whole saved thing is till after the judgment. When you're in the kingdom, there's no more death. You are saved. Until then, you're not. It says, interestingly enough, at CERN stands a statue of Shiva right here. Right, Shiva, we've all heard this, but we're going to continue to bring things up and keep like that tree planting thing going on. The Hindu god, again, this word we don't like, of destruction. Furthermore, the rings of CERN mirror the rings of Saturn. They've like trying to make it look like Saturn. They worship it. They think the fallen angels are there. The Luciferian elite believe that Saturn is a prison planet. We know it's not a planet. It's a luminary for the fallen angels. Even the logo of CERN is the number of the beast, which is 666. We all know this. We're bringing it up. We're just tying it together with the scriptures. It says directors at CERN have also stated that they intended to open dimensional doors. Thus, the real mission of CERN is to release Apollo and the fallen angels on the earth during the New World Order takeover. Only if and when Yahawah will let them do it. That's the truth. I changed the name here because this is a good spot to put in the true name of who's in control, the existence, the life. His name be existence or life. He's in control and he allows everything and doesn't allow it. It's all used for good. Whether you want to understand that or not, we will get to that in the future. This is a very important meme, right? This is exactly what's going on. The Manduzel effect, right? Started happening with CERN too. Things started happening. So is this a spiritual gateway that's allowing demonic forces to manifest? Look at what we're going through in the last 2 years and everything else. If you don't have the new digital number, you can't buy and sell. So Jason, I'm going to throw it to you if you're ready. I want to pass this one through the defenseman's legs with the goalie with his jock dropped out of his pants. I deked him so bad and you just got a wide open net.
Well, if you hear anybody talking about the rings of Saturn, you can be downright assured that you're hearing from a Satanist, because all that nonsense, you can get a P900, you can get a P1000, you can look and see what Saturn is, what it looks like. It's a light in the sky. It's got it looks like a ring around it, but you don't see like the rings of Saturn or the Metatron's cube at the top or any of that kind of crap. You can't see the top of Saturn. You get a two-dimensional side view of it. So this is it's all fallen angel type tech and plan. We know from the scriptures that that the angel of the abyss is going to be released, and it is going to come torment people. So the means of that happening, do we need CERN to do that? No. Father, the Creator, could do that anytime, anywhere, under any circumstances. So it doesn't need this machine. But they went ahead and built it. So whether or not he ends up using it, maybe he will, maybe he won't. It all depends on the Father's plan. But yeah, you connected it to, a lot of people say the Mandoozle effect is a result of this. We've seen the changes. We know about the changes. We've been Mandoozled ourselves. And so something's happening. And whether or not it's the machine that's doing it, we're going to find out. We just know that the scriptures are going to be fulfilled. And because these things are prophesied, it's just going to happen. That's all we can say about it, right?
Yes, 100%, 100, infinite percent. So again, we're tying this together, and a key is given to the, Apollyon character to open a pit. It says in the Bible, in the scriptures. Jason just said it has to be fulfilled. So they already we know that they get a key. Yeah. They get a key to do this.
Well, and we've heard about the connection to a portal with the Hoover Dam.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So we don't have to put all of our eggs in one basket for the pit being CERN, right?
Yeah. Well, the CERN is used to harness the energy, or so-called. That's what they said, to use also the water at Hoover Dam, right? And the alignment and all that nonsense to actually open a hole into the pit of Earth, right? So, hey, this stuff might come true, guys. But you know what? If you guys can hear the sound of my voice right now, you have absolutely nothing to worry about. We're good. I know the one who hath made life. It says here, Tower of Babel and CERN now. Whew. Let's take it up, Jay. Are you ready? Are you fastened your seatbelt? Are you ready for the quick one-timer pass?
Let's go.
This time. It says the Large Hadron Collider at CERN is a modern-day Tower of Babel. The people of Babel built the largest tower at the time. CERN built the largest machine ever, too. The people of Babel wanted to reach the heavens so they could go up there and use arrows to kill the Father. Guess what they didn't have, Jay?
Missiles?
Jackhammers.
No jackhammers.
How are they going to get through the so-called dome, you AE mappers? They didn't have jackhammers. They didn't have dome-piercing arrows. All you got to do is read the Book of Jasher.
Well, let's keep in mind that once you get up to like 30,000 feet now, people are using compressed air tanks to climb mountains and stuff. So if you can't breathe, you're not going to be able to go too much higher than that level.
But they built a really big building anyways, nonetheless.
Yeah.
It says, while the Luciferian elite plan to use CERN to open up portals to the spiritual realm to release the old Elohims, the fallen angels, the people of Babel were united under one language and one goal. That is the Paleo-Hebrew. Jason and I, Adamaha and Hawaha is the name of Adam and Eve in your ancient one language, guys. I just spoke it. But anyways, if you have ears to hear, it says here, CERN created the World Wide Web, uniting people under one language again. All right, we're all using the same emojis, everybody. I keep talking about the pictographic language is back. It says here, the Tower of Babel led by Nimrod, who we're likening unto, could be Trump, reincarnated, right? Nimrod, the mighty hunter. Trump's the deal maker, can be seen as the first new world order. Guess what? Yes, Nimrod was after the flood, right? Nimrod was a descendant of Noah, just like we're all descendants of Adamaha, right? So Nimrod was a descendant and he was mighty. He was mighty. He was seen as the first new world order. He tried to build a tower to go up and kill the Father. Come on, guys. That's retarded. I can't use that word. That's stupid. There's no thought that went into that. But it says, while CERN is helping advance the final new world order led by the Antichrist. So I don't know if I could say any more than I just said. I'm just going to, like I said, pass this one over to you.
Yeah, well, I don't know how much of the whole CERN thing is bullshit and how much of it's real. We know that seeing a single gray dot on a screen isn't going to tell us about the origins of the universe, right? So,
No.
so
What am I
it's
talking about?
it's dumb right from the get go, and so even functionality within the internet, I don't
Yes.
see it. I don't see any explanation for it. If it's a particle accelerator, I understand how computers work, right? So there's an electrical signal that's transferred in basically Morse code. It's on, off, and through that Morse code, really fast, we have a data stream, and so I don't see what the functionality of CERN would be in creating an internet. So it could just be an absolute 100% psyop, just hoax, just to get people all mentally into this fake reality, right? So
It's possible, but there is a lot of evidence leaning towards it being the key to the bottomless pit, and it was done through the internet. You've brought up the actual talking points before the pros. In your taking the other stance position, you laid out the pros. So the internet is the key in the pit. The demons hath been on the internet, everybody. So, Jason, I don't mean to cut you off, but it's so important that you set me up with such a nice pass on this one, right? So what they do is they infest people's minds through the content that you look at and then share, right? That's how they brought back all these ancient ones. The internet's given it power. This is, Jason, you yourself sometimes liken the internet onto something that's heavenly, right? You would say it lately.
oh yeah,
Right. And it's interesting how we can
So,
look at that because
I'm
the
just gonna
content. Go ahead.
toss it out there to everybody that some of the instances when it says in heaven, if you replace that with online, now all of a sudden the whole cloud aspect to it, it starts to make a more literal sense now.
It's another level, right? Okay. We can go up it. We'll go up it. I was given the ability to say it. So we could see that being a mirror. And so this is what brought forth the internet. I don't know if they shoot energy around this thing or if it's just like a microchip. It could be a big where they can store data. Like Jason said, everything's just off and on, off and on.
It supposedly
off,
takes
on,
a lot
on.
of power, right? So, and I think it's running
It's doing something.
with magnets and stuff like that. So they're trying to create a wormhole, a vortex, something like that.
I would imagine that it's affecting the supernatural. Let's keep going. Oh, the irony. It says famous French philosopher and historian Voltaire once proudly boasted that in 100 years the scriptures would disappear from off the face of the earth. Voltaire died in 1728, but the scriptures has and will forever live on. Ironically enough, 50 years later after his death, the Geneva Scripture Society moved into his house and started printing the scriptures again.
That's perfect.
I don't think I can say anymore.
That's perfect. That's like in your face. In your face. I love it.
The scripture said the word would never die. The whole entire realm is going to burn, but the word of the creator is going to live forever. I thought that was funny. Not much needs to be said, but there's a lot of bangers here. This one says, do not fear, Jason. Do not fear the end times. I don't know if you were tuned in when I showed this one. Everybody looking up to the soul, the sun, right? It says at the end time prophetic signs, as the end times prophetic signs increase, many have chosen to fear and to worry about the future. However, those in Christ should not fall into this category. There are 100+ verses that command us to not have fear. In Luke 21:18, Christ told us to look up, for our redemption will draw near. And when we see the signs unfold in Matthew 28:20, he said, he will be with us until the end of the age. And in the end, Christ wins, we win. And all that will matter is if you had a relationship with him. You guys understand this? I don't know should I read this one slower? It says, thus, if you fear the end, the best way to overcome it is to be spiritually prepared by seeking the coming of the King Christ. And so you may anticipate the future with hope and what? Joy, right? We have nothing to fear. All of the things that were written about and prophesied are coming to pass. They're happening. They're being fulfilled like fast, you guys. We see the birth pangs. We see everything. This is a beautiful, beautiful meme. There's a few wrong spots with the words. We transliterate the name Joshua, right? I should just say Joshua. That would be easier. I don't want to trip people up, right? But this is very important.
Well, it
Christ
is
said
important to
them,
know the true name, though. Very important.
Yahawahashai
Yes.
is the ancient one world name. The angels speak that language, right? It's simple. But it said, he said, he will be with us. What? So he told the disciples 2,000 years ago, do not worry. They said, when will the end come? And he said, don't worry about that. I will be with you always until the end of the age, right? So that's what this one means to me. What do you think?
Let's see. Not fearing the end times. Yeah, it goes back to talked about earlier how I would love to have a martyr's death. I mean, that what more could you ask for in death? So once you overcome the fear of death, there's really not much to fear anymore. Every fear is rooted in death at its lowest point. So overcome that fear, and you got nothing to worry about. Now, none of us that are righteous people that have a good, decent grasp on being protected and saved through the end of the world, none of us want to go through and feel and experience the Great Tribulation. The scriptures say that those that are going to be saved are the ones that are going to be protected from the terrible things that are happening. So the people that are being protected are going to witness what's happening to everybody else. It's not going to be happening to them. They're going to be coming into their inheritances and rewards and all that kind of stuff in the promised land. It's not something that we look forward to because we know how terrible it's going to be from a horrific, just human experience, right? It's not going to be fun and enjoyable that way. But if you're going to be protected, if you're going to be saved, you've got nothing to worry about. You don't have to worry about, oh, I'm going to starve to death, I'm going to die of thirst, because if you've been slated for protection for making it to the promised land, it's pretty much guaranteed. That's just like the same way we talk about the two witnesses. Since it says that their ministry lasts 1,260 days, we can assume that they are invincible, right? Because you couldn't die earlier than that, it wouldn't work. So those that are going to be protected are they're going to be protected. Something will happen, you will be taken care of, you'll be able to walk through fire, whatever it is, and you're going to be protected. So the goal, the aim is always to be one of those protected people, to live a righteous life, to do as much as you can to fight for truth and all those types of things, so that you are protected. That's the path to salvation right there.
True. And how do we build that path? It says right here, relationship with the Christ. Him. You want him to say, I knew you.
Yeah.
If he says, I don't know you, you ain't getting in.
Mm-hmm.
It's basic. But great points, brother. Great points. This one says famines. Christ said that the earth would undergo famines before he comes back. Today, we continue to see a fair amount of famines and food shortages. Food shortages are coming all across the realm. Millions go to bed hungry, while the elite continue to hoard resources and absolute, realm-changing technologies. They hoard it and spend billions and trillions on irrelevant nonsense like NASA and SpaceX projects. As the birth pangs escalate and economies are crashed by design, like Bitcoin is right now, right? Sorry about that for everyone out there. To make way for the new what? Digital order, your CBDCs and your social credit score systems. That's what they want. It's only a matter of time before food becomes scarce and expensive. Everything's getting very expensive. Jason, we've been talking about this for a while.
Yeah, it's hockey sticking right now, and it's going to be a serious problem.
It's a problem. We need to talk to the people that print the money, the people that we called out at the beginning of this podcast. We need to sit down and talk to them and say, hey, print you up some fake money and bring the cost of food down. Put the baby formula that's healthy back on the shelves. Don't make people pay more for the non-poison stuff. Get rid of the poison stuff. We don't want to hear no more of these babies getting hepatitis. We're going to continue to fight back and speak out against all this stuff. But it says here, yeah, things are going to get expensive. They are getting expensive. Furthermore, during the sealed judgments and the tribulation, the earth will face major famine and scarcity from the black horse and the pale horse, the third and fourth seals in Revelation 6, 5, and 8. We've been discussing this extensively lately. It's back up in a meme now, and people be prepared. You can be protected. Elijah was protected during the famine. If you know the two witnesses and if you're looking for them and if you're having a relationship with Christ, you're going to be protected. Food will appear in front of you. This is a supernatural virtual reality we keep talking about here, right? Go ahead, prove me wrong. Jason, what do you think?
Yeah, so, I mean, I think any truther can see right now that come this harvest season, the food shortages are going to get really serious. So we've heard all along now that the fertilizer, it's hard to get, it's really expensive, so a lot of farmers are having to just plant without fertilizing. They can't afford it, and so then the yields come down, and then there's so many other factors at play right now. Colorado is in one of their most severe droughts. They didn't get the snowpack, so now the Colorado River is running super dry. We've already got Lake Mead at crazy low levels, and we're looking at the whole West Coast running out of water.
And it's getting hot. We've had the hottest ever May in Texas. Get you some of that.
Severe storms are up, so that has these strong winds that come through with hailstorms and thunderstorms and lightning and all that. And so as the summer goes on, if we have more of that, we're going to have the crop devastation from the storms. We've got pressure on the world scale because, you know, supposedly all the wheat fields in the Ukraine have been blown up, right? We don't
disastrous.
We don't believe that, but but we do feel that they will use that narrative that the world doesn't have wheat. All those things are biblical fulfillments, and they're really on the doorstep because that's just this harvest. We're going to hear those headlines each and every day. It's going to be this ran short and this ran short and we're out of this. And
But again, what did you guys on the other side of the screen, what did you plant this winter? What are you going to reap this summer? Right? What did you do? If you didn't do much, you can still do stuff tomorrow. Let's do a couple more. We'll get into the next song break. It's a good one too. I like it. It's called Michael, brand new song. Heard it like 3 times today. It says here the Roman Empire cycle. What? The Roman Empire, what's that, right? The lands of bread and circus. It says it is a known fact that the USA shares many similarities with the Roman Empire. However, it is stunning to see how the US is enacting the same political and social actions that actually brought about the demise of so-called Rome. Rome was always involved in endless wars, corrupt politicians ruled by a senate, and wasteful spending led to unpayable debt, usury. Germanic tribes crossed through open borders, which started a refugee crisis. Ooh. Taxes were raised so high that eliminated the middle class. Ooh. Thus, many moved from cities into rural areas. The government approved many forms of sexual perversions. And the citizens were always distracted with entertainment, chariot races, and violent Colosseum games. So if you guys don't see what's up, I don't know how much more simple I can make this. It's also the protocols of Zion, how to destroy and genocide the entire population, save their 500 million that they want. This is the plan. This is how they've done it. The only things that really stand out to me are all of them. The fact that they created usury, wasted time with making you look at, are you liberal, are you Democrat, are you conservative, which party do you with, and bam, you're destroyed, right? Wasteful spending, they just spend money however they want. Screw the middle class, right? And then it says they had the refugee crisis. Oh, the People always trying to storm the southern border here in the U.S. The Mexicans or whatever, the people from South America, they're leaving paradise, right? Yeah, okay. But they try to do that same thing now. All this stuff, the sexual perversions, we'll get into some more of that later. We'll talk about what actually happens to sodomites. I see the jokes, I make them too. But there's times where we actually have to look at what's true and what's healthy. Because I'm a watchman and I care about the people that tune in here very much. And I don't want you to ever be led down any of these sick, disgusting perversions, right? Be careful with yourself and your soul. This is how you're destroyed, right? Entertainment. Now they've destroyed entertainment, Jason. They've destroyed it. The movies suck. The music sucks. We find good music, but it's usually not New World Order, verified. Chariot races are like your hockey, your football, and all that other nonsense. You're watching your Johnny Depp. You guys notice we didn't have any Johnny Depp memes anytime. You're not going to see any either. We don't follow Freemason court on TV too. The last one we watched was that Kavanaugh thing, and that was disgrace. But yeah, Jason, I'm going to throw it to you. What do you think of this meme?
Yeah, the Roman Empire never died. It's absolutely alive and well. It's the same thing. All right, where's Rome? Rome is in Italy. Whereas the Vatican, it's right there in Rome. So the Roman Empire, right, is run through the Vatican, and we were talking about the guys with the tiny hats and the curly locks, that kind of stuff. So that tiny hat that those people wear over in the Promised Land, it's the same one that the Pope wears. And so it does go back to Rome, where Rome has had the power and the authority to run all the narratives. So World War I, World War II, all those things were run by Rome. They put the people that are now in the Promised Land, they put those people in from the Germanic pagan areas of Northern Europe. They migrated them into the Promised Land, and that was all done and orchestrated through the Vatican. And the Vatican is Mystery Babylon. So that is the beast that will be destroyed, like utterly destroyed. So many of the fundamental truths that we stand for, it's the Vatican that released the disinformation, right? So they're the ones behind heliocentrism. In fact, Catholic means universal or universalist or something like that. And so they made up heliocentrism. These are the Jesuits, the Freemasons, those people. And they made up the fake domed Truman Show flat Earth. They made up atomism, right? They're all Kabbalists. They're the ones that made up the name Jesus. They're
Ball Earth.
Mm-hmm. No, the Vatican. This is Babylon the Great, and it's going to be utterly destroyed.
Is it Jaron's great-great-grandfather worked for the Vatican? Right?
Yeah, all the Trinitarians, all the
Vatican.
So
it's the city built on 7 hills, also referred to in the scriptures as the Whore of Babylon. Rome. Who do you think nailed Christ to the piece of wood? Roman soldiers. Okay. Let's do a couple quick more, and then we'll go to another song break. We'll go a little bit longer. It says the Vatican Serpent Hall. We don't need to really go into this one. Everybody's seen the building. It's a serpent. Okay. It's a serpent. We've all seen it. This one says the Georgia Guidestones. Just wanted to point it out. There's 8 languages. It was created in 1980. And it basically says they want to reduce the population to 500 million. Jason, have a quick response to this one.
What year did they put it up?
80.
Oh, okay. Yeah, interesting. They write something like that out on a slab, a stone.
8 languages.
Put it up there, make a statement like that. We all know this is connected to the Freemasons, to the secret societies that go back to the Vatican. It's pretty in your face. It's
really it's gross, right?
Yeah.
We'd like to knock.
We plan on
down.
Exterminating you.
Yeah, we want to burn these. We want to watch these burn. We want to roast marshmallows while this stuff melts. That's what I want to do. It's crazy how there are some people out here who believe that the Illuminati control and influence the world, but do not believe that there is a devil. His name is Azazel, and fallen angels. It's crazy. It is. It baffles me. Behind it all, likewise, it is also baffling how there are some people who do accept that the Illuminati is of Satan, but do not believe in Christ or the Bible or the scriptures. Both groups of people are wrong. And if they do not come to the Christ and the repentance, if they don't ask to be forgiven through the source of life, his name was existence or life, right? How do you want me to summarize the name Yahawah, right? If you don't repent, right, and ask for help, because this is a fallen world, we're all victims of it. Come on, we've all sinned, right? They're going to end up with the elite and the fallen angels, right? Because they're deceived, right? If you believe that there's wickedness and darkness here, you need to understand that the Christ, the Creator, the Father, and the Son, not the same person, two different characters, made sure they did the work. They did the work to make sure that the truth would be found, and they promised that it would be. Christ said, I'll always be with you too, till the end. He didn't say, I'm going to leave you and never see you again. It's not what he said. So this is very important for people to understand. If you're out here and you see the wickedness, you see all these things happening, you need to understand. I know it's hard to believe because the Azazel character, Gadriel, has just ruined Christianity. He's made it a joke. But we're telling you right now, it's true. It's all real. The information is there. We verified it ourselves. You can verify it for yourself. That's what I have to say about this one. What say you, brother?
Yeah, I find it interesting and hard to really understand how somebody can come to an accurate knowledge, something like understanding that the Illuminati control the world, and then not come to the other conclusions that necessitates. Right? They fall short of truly comprehending it. Sure, they got one thing right, but what are all the implications of that one thing that you now understand? And it happens time and time again. I think about the people that all right, so come to understand that Earth is a plane instead of a planet flying around in space, and then all of a sudden fall short and think that the sun and moon are doing circles. Right? Like, how do you fight for one big truth like that and then not go out and check to see that the sun and moon aren't doing circles?
You took it to a whole other topic. I love that. So not only are there people that believe in the Illuminati that still don't believe, they see the wickedness, but you're saying, how can you come to the understanding that your whole entire reality was lied to you? You were lied to about it.
Well, yeah, there's just implications to understanding a certain truth. Like once you know that you're on a plane, you really can't even rationalize not having a creator anymore. So how...
It's impossible, right? Without the Big Bang that came from nothing and everything, right?
Yeah.
You can't rationalize existence. Well said. I like how you brought it to another point. I think that's excellent. You always seem to do that. It says, listen to the wind. It talks. Listen to the silence. It too speaks. And listen to your heart, because it always knows. What do you think of this one? I think it's beautiful.
Well, listen is the key word here. So one of the things I got to point out is that you're not going to hear a whole lot if you're the one always talking. All right, so you actually have to be silent. You have to not speak in order to listen. So you can listen to other people. You can listen to the world around you. Just spending the time listening really means you got to shut your trap a little bit too, right?
True. It's good advice for everybody. That's it. Maybe for the next 2 weeks, I'm just gonna listen.
Well, no, it's
I'm just kidding.
I don't mean it as an attack. It's just one of those fundamental truths.
I was playing. I don't have an ego.
For all of us, if we're yapping, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm. I always have to practice this. It's a great advice. It really is. This one says, be grateful. Be you grateful, anybody that's tuning in here, for what you already have, while you also pursue your goals too. A grateful state of being will set you free from the prison of disempowerment and the shackles of misery. I live this way. I look to the kingdom. I don't want to talk about the Nephilim. Right? That's not what I go to with my mind. I think about Adam and Eve and the purity of the garden, the beautiful paradise. Be careful what you think about. right? Be grateful too is the most important thing. Be you grateful. Please, everyone. I'm grateful all the time. I try to be. I'm grateful, brother. What do you think of this one?
Yeah, absolutely. So we can all sit around and be miserable and say, oh, gas is going up and I'm not going to be able to enjoy the lifestyle that I was once accustomed to and stuff like that. But this is the time to actually find the enjoyment in the less, where now all of a sudden this whole situation may have motivated you to have a chicken. Now you have your first egg from the chicken. And when you have your first egg from the chicken, it's going to be absolutely amazing and delicious. So then all of a sudden you have this blossomed path that through your gratefulness, now it becomes a cycle. It feeds itself. And so you can be in tough situations and still find ways to be blessed and to be grateful for the things that you have. And, you know, next thing you know, somebody takes you out to a really nice restaurant unexpectedly and you have some of the best food you ever had. It just happens.
Yes. Stuff always like that happens in the realm, to especially people that are grateful, it says.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I like that one. This one says, whenever you find yourself on the side of the majority, it's time to pause and reflect. This guy's got no maskola on. Jason, what do you think of this one?
The straight and narrow path is small and few find it.
Very narrow,
The broad and spacious road is the one that leads to destruction. So if you feel like you're in the majority, you're headed to destruction. All right?
True. I'm thankful he's not wearing the mask. Is this a Rothschild though?
Right?
This one says, you did not come here. Hang on, this one. I'm going to rewind it. It says, you did not come here to serve fictitious money in governments. Absolutely not. You came here to bring forth heaven and earth, to be representatives of the kingdom of heaven here on earth, on the dirt that we walk on, that we were all made from. So I like this one. It's interesting. You know, you don't want to serve any of these gross symbols. You want to serve righteousness. That's my thoughts on this one. Jason, what say you?
You know my disdain for fictitious money. So,
oh yeah, you're not a fan of usury.
not just usury, to actually have a debt-based monetary system where you make up debt and then charge interest on it. We
don't like the word fictitious at all. What they call gravity, right? A fictitious force.
It has no reality to it whatsoever. So at least a commodity has some sort of value. But when you're dealing with printed paper and coins and stuff like that, it's really stupid. It really is.
Yes.
And the fact that people become slaves to it is wild and crazy. But yeah, so the government's here with the fictitious money. They've just made life miserable on Earth. And if you had real value-based currency and righteous rulership, this would be a fantastic world.
Yes. It would be amazing, right?
Yeah.
All great points. A few more. Let's do a song. This one we say, when the enemy cannot destroy you, right? The enemy's job is to distract you, divide, and we've been enslaved, right? This couldn't be any more true. This is what they do, right? They can't destroy us because we got righteous hearts. So what do? They try to distract us. They try to divide us. You know, they do it through sex. They attack any way they can, through gang stalking. They do anything. Someone that you work with, you can always see the opportunity arise where you make a choice and then a program's going to run, right? Are you loyal? Are you not enslaved? Do you not say, okay, I'll cuck out, or try not to use those words. You do not submit. You do not submit to the oppression. You rebel. You stand up like Christ. You don't become divided. You say, hey, you know what? All right. Okay. You believe you live on a ball. Let's talk about this truth then. Do you believe that this is happening? Can we work together on that? You find another way to beat the divide. Flip the tables. Don't be distracted. Work on focus. Eat turmeric or turmeric. There's a bunch of things that we can get into at another point, talking about how to get focus. CBD oil works well. That's what I have to say about this one.
No, yeah, if they can't kill you, they're gonna distract, divide, and enslave. It's what else can they do if they can't kill you? So they had to send John to Patmos, right? If you can't kill a guy, you got to try these other tactics. And so the couple characters that we know are coming up in Scripture, the two witnesses, they're not killable, right? They're invincible for that 3.5 years. So what's the enemy going to do? He's going to distract, divide, and enslave. And we see the effort Satan puts in. We absolutely do.
True. Well said. This one says, gentle leader. He will feed his flock like a shepherd, and he will gather the lambs with his arm, and carry them in his bosom, and gently lead those who are with the young. Right? Isaiah 40:11. It's a beautiful scripture. That's what I want to emulate. I don't want to be this mean. I don't want to have to smash people's teeth out. I don't want to do that. I wish we could just do it gently and peacefully. But it is what it is. I will do whatever I have to do. Brother, what say about this one? Then we'll go to a song.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, if you look at it literally, just imagine the shepherd that has a flock that he's trying to lead them, to some new pasture, and the gentle shepherd that doesn't have to strike his sheep. They just follow him wherever he goes. And they love him. They want to be around him. And then there's the other type of shepherd that would be beating his flock. And so there's just a parable within that, a vision and an analogy that you can visualize the gentle leader as that gentle shepherd, right?
Yes. Always keeping in mind those who are with young, leading them too. It's a very important meme. So take the screen share, brother. We'll go a little bit longer because we didn't do Wednesday, right? Are you okay?
Yeah,
I
it's fine.
didn't hear
I'm
you
good.
say, I'm tired or anything. You're okay? Go a little longer?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, brother, you can take the screen share. This next one's called Michael. Brand new track. It's good. I like it. It's all these new songs. I'm just thankful that the Realm keeps putting them out. We just share what they do. Sometimes I play older songs because the Realm only puts out what it does. And, huge shout out to the unnamed people that help with the music. And it's a process. I pick songs. I ask Jason, what do you think of this one? Sometimes Jason's like, nah, I don't feel that one, because we have our own tastes. But we both really do love music. Jason was the concert guy. You went to more concerts with 1,000, 2,000. What do you say?
It's probably not that many, but
oh, come on.
But I did hit some of the big key ones that I'm happy to have. They're like notches on the belt for me. Yeah, I got to see them live. And yeah, a lot of the bands that they were big bands for me. I was into it at the time, and I liked the live music thing, so I did it a bunch.
Yeah, so that's why we do love the music. And we also we promote CBD oil and marijuana here. So if you got some, you might as well smoke it. You should have smoked it earlier. And the only thing that we usually tell people is we promote anything that you want to do, as long as you don't harm anybody, say anything bad, or think super wicked thoughts while you do it. If you don't do those things, you could do anything you want, right? The kingdom isn't going to get, there's no mitzvah or what do they call it? The 613? We don't have, no, right?
It's what comes out of your mouth that harms a person, not what you put into it.
Well, not only what you say, what you think and what you do.
Mm-hmm.
All three. So you can do anything you want. And, marijuana has always been very good for me to help me calm down, slow down, and just enjoy things. So I do promote it. And yes, I use Friday night because it's usually a more adult-based, we're all adults anyways. But I like it, and I want people to have something that if you've been going through any anxiety or stress, and we strongly support sativa, not indica. You got to find out what it is that you use. Always research everything that you take or put into your body. Always. And in sativa is a lot more fun. It's uplifting. I just want, go ahead.
Yeah, the indica tends to put people on the sofa and incapacitate them. And so we're against that. The sativa is something that can be very mentally uplifting, creative. It can actually be motivational. And so, yeah, totally different properties between the two.
I just wanted to throw that in before the song. Thanks, bro.
Let's go. Yeah, interesting song right there. I like the way it sounds.
You don't listen to the words though. Okay, come on, guys. We're not that. Okay, come on. Okay, she cussed a bit, but it was their intentions. If you listen to the song, it was a good melody. It had a nice upbeat feel. I don't have the screen share abilities. Come on, guys.
Yeah,
It's just a feel good song. Come on.
I don't
YD.
listen to the lyrics.
I know. It was good. Come on. Tell me when I'm presented. What is YD saying? I just said interesting. Okay, not bad. I know. Don't get me started, YD. I know you'll have the upper hand always in any argument or anything we ever say. I will just say you are right. It says, this world isn't worth your soul. Jason, quick one on this one.
Yeah, I mean, it's literally, that's a Bible verse right there.
That'd be the word.
Those who love their lives will lose them, and those who lose their lives will not lose them. So it's not worth your soul. This isn't the base reality, everybody. Don't put all your faith, all your belief in that body that you see there. It's just an avatar suit, right? Your consciousness is what exists, and you got to be worried about where it's going to be going, because we're coming up to judgment. So the wicked are going to be judged, and they're going to be punished, and the righteous are going to be saved and protected. They're going to live in eternal paradise here on earth, right? Just the way the Garden of Eden was created to be.
Well said. Let's keep going here. This one says, if you are one of the few who are awake in these last days, consider yourself anointed, chosen. Understand that Yahawah woke you up for a reason. The spirit of life, existence woke you up. And you must help awaken the rest. Do your job, fight for truth, get timestamps. That's all I'm going to say about this one. We got a bunch more.
April 12th, I made my channel.
Sorry, I passed it at your feet, bro. Forgive me. Hang on one second. Right. What do you think about this one, Awake Souls?
It was 2012 when I made Awake Souls. So that was the time period where I had come to knowing that I was in a simulation, and the first thing that came to my mind is I wanted to let other people know. So it is a requirement. If you wake up to the nature of our reality, you can't just sit on that.
No.
Right? That everything is known and will be measured out. So if you find out that we're in a stereographic virtual reality and you sit on that, it's going to be known that you were the wicked servant that took your talent and you buried it and you didn't do anything with it. And so any rewards that you would have had are going to be taken from you and given to the one that did the most. So don't be a wicked servant is what we get from the scriptures.
Yeah, I was looking. We do have a scripture for the parable of the talent. Which one are we on? Is it this one? No, the Pilgrims. Is it close? Yeah, we do have that. I didn't add it because we've got so many.
Yeah.
There's really so many. But we actually do have the parable of the talent. It basically explains that the one person that buried the talent, right, when he went to give it back to the father took it and gave it to the one that brought him the most back, right?
Yeah.
I'll just go back. We were on, which one were we on? We were on the one that said this one, right? Yeah. Okay, next one. This is not our home. The weakness of so many so-called modern day so-called, quote, Christians, end quote, is that they feel too much at home in this world. I know this one bangs home with you, Jason.
Oh,
You hate it here. Right? You're constantly talking about it.
yeah, not our home. So there's the cries that go up to heaven from the people that were wickedly, they were murdered. They were cut short. The cries go up as far as just how bad and wicked the world is getting. And, in Noah's day, there had to be a cleansing, and we're at this point now, just like in Noah's day, where the cries are going up. We don't belong in this type of wicked world. If we're righteous, good people, This isn't our world. We want this
Wait.
one eradicated. We want
So
something new and fresh without all this wickedness.
yes, yeah, new map, new place to discover. So yeah, no, this is our home. Reality is Christ's, but due to the fact that we fell and we had to learn these lessons, we had to be subject unto the people who rule this world. They do it through lies and deceptions and through murder. Moves on to the next one here. It says here, Cain killed Abel with a rock, not a gun. Right? It's a heart problem that we have, not a gun problem. Killing. Right? And they constantly talk about it. If people had guns, it'd be a lot safer. It's safer here. Jason, what do you say about this one?
Yeah, it could be a knife, it could be a rock, it could be a gun.
Anything.
Just
Bare
the heart
hands.
condition that you want to actually kill somebody. You want to take their life away. You want to make that body not be alive anymore. That's a wicked, evil spirit. The person's got something seriously wrong with them.
Yes. So I'm gonna save. I'm gonna go through a few more. I'm just letting people know we're just gonna do the wind down here. I'm gonna save some of these for next Friday because, again, we could have stretched this out over like 4 podcasts.
Yeah.
Let's just go through a couple quick ones. This one says here, Surgeon General's warning: sodomite relationships. So we don't believe in what the AIDS is. We talk about it being an autoimmune problem. Your blood and your body starts fighting against itself. This is when you have sodomite sex. Do the research on what that is. It reduces the so-called, they've done the studies, people died 20 years younger when you engage in this type of a relationship. You also risk the abuse. And this word, right? This is what it leads to. This is what the studies have told them, and may result, right, in insane, just promiscuity, bad stuff, right? It's never enough. How far are you going to go when your sexual relationship turns into lust, where it's how dirty or lewd or lustful can you be? It ends in really bad stuff. This is what the research shows. So if we don't look at what the research is, we're not actually trying to take care of anybody that's tuning in. I don't know if there's any sodomites tuning in, but I'm just saying, if we look into the research of what happens, it's important. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, faithfulness ends up going out the door. It just becomes pure lust, and how many partners you can have and all that kind of stuff. So it's very empty for these people as well. They're always looking for the next sex in order to get their fix. That's their only fix. And serious health problems associated with it.
Totally. This one here says the answer to the banking problem is simple. Keep the people with the tiny hats out of the bank, the Eskimos, and out of the education and out of the government. Absolutely, Ezra Pond. This one here says the time has come for legislation. If we're going to continue with this stupid government, the whole government needs to be taken out. But it says here, I like it. It says to put in place to protect the Canadian people from politicians who break the so-called laws, indulge in unethical practices, who take advantage of their office and power to hide the truth. What do they call that? The Ministry of Truth for disinformation. They're hiding the truth. These people need to be accountable. There needs to be a body put in place who can investigate without interference. Moreover, they're asking for sanctions that will remove from office any politician who has practiced any bad faith and broken the trust of the people. This needs to happen right away, right? A totally new system put into place. Jason, what do you say?
Yeah, it's what we need, but are we going to get that from the system that's in place right now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so the time has come for the destruction of all these people that won't do those things, and a new king has to be, a righteous one has to be in place to implement a righteous world. So we can sit around and talk all we want about how a righteous kingdom would work, but to actually implement it, it's going to take the supernatural.
This one says people think these guys are geniuses. We're not even going to get into this one now. I've talked about him too much. He's heard me. These people are actually just front men, puppets, right, for intelligence apparatuses, right? That's what they are. Jason, what say you quickly on this one?
Yeah, freak shows. I just can't believe that this is what we have to talk about. We've got Musk in the middle there, that he's just a bumbling idiot, and most likely the dragon, Mr. Dragon himself, who's going to give power to the beast, Trump, and Yeah, Kill Bill and the guy from Star Trek over on the left. It's just, it's a clown show.
Data.
Yeah.
It's Meta.
Data.
Data's son. So we'll go through a couple quick more. I want to thank my mom and dad. I both sent them screenshots of this post. Thank you for being straight, right? And natural, because it's worked for thousands of years. And you can make babies. You can make babies if you're straight. Straight up, straight pride. Both arms up to the skies. Thank you, the creator, for making straight, natural, heterosexual love. This is beautiful meme. Jason?
Yeah, they've destroyed the family unit. And it's all about extermination of people. Remember you showed the Georgia Guidestones. 500 million is where they want to take it. One thing I'll toss in here on top of this is sort of a side note is what's going on in the news regarding abortion, right? So it's a big hot topic right now, and the talk on the street is that the reason why these laws would be changing and going anti-abortion is because women can't. The ones that have taken the Jabola aren't going to be having kids anymore. So it's a mass sterilization. So the whole straight pride thing is how we can repopulate. You have to have families in order to continue life on Earth. And the only way to do that is the straight way. That's the only way possible.
Natural.
Yeah.
Isn't it beautiful, right? Of all the things, at least you can thank your parents, Jason, too. For being straight and natural, right? It's true. And I want to thank everyone else out there that's straight and natural too. I love you guys. So you know what, bro? I'll save the rest for another time. We still got to have some. We're having was it salmon salad with blue cheese and croutons. It's pretty good. It's a healthy meal. The croutons are bad, right? But I mean, we've got some dinner to have. I'm really thankful that we were here this Friday. May the 13th be with you. It was fun. So Trump's here tomorrow, right, Jay?
Yeah.
Sunday. There's the blood moon, right? The big blood moon, the second Passover. We'll be live with the Book of Nephi, right, bro?
Yeah, and I plan on having the camera out that night
Ooh,
and tracking the moon. So we'll see whether or not I go live or not. I'll probably be prepared for it. But yeah, this weekend for us, the if you do the Google on it, when is the eclipse in Austin? It hits its peak at 11:11. So that's a number that a bunch of people have heard before. So it's exciting. We'll see what goes on. We pulled the tools off the job just in case Monday is a day of chaos. We're trying to prep.
Tell everybody that you love them. Now is the chance. Who knows what's going to happen? We got Trump here in Austin, which we've talked about. This is the new promised land. It was given to the Nephites or Lehites. I don't know. They're the Nephites, right? The descendants of Nephi.
Yeah.
They were promised land here. We're there now, you guys. And what we're saying is there's this thing going on here. First Passover was fulfilled, right? Second Passover, I don't know if anything supernatural has happened on that date yet, but we're looking to it. So yes, please, if you're listening to here, tell the ones that you love them. Right? Make amends, ask for forgiveness in your heart, because don't do it in public. Just do it in your own heart. That's where the creator, the spirit of life is inside you. It's not up in the sky or in the sea. And I'm just thankful. I'm very grateful tonight, Jason, that you absolutely added so many different topics. Your ability to add in another angle is paralleled to no one else in the realm. And I'm grateful for that mind and for your patience. I know you worked hard all week. You're tired too, but you didn't act it at all. You were great. Thank you to everybody in the chat, especially YD for trolling me. That was great. And thank you for being straight. And I had a great time. You can say that I'm the number 8 and I'm online. I'll see you guys on Sunday. I'm trying to skip the Sunday. Now I just had fun, guys. I'll see you guys later. You take us out.
Absolutely. Well, that was fun. Thank you for joining, everybody. The only place you're ever going to hear this is on Yahawahashai News Network.
down to wake up. I couldn't come back to life.